Hi everyone. Good morning to you all. Today we are going to discuss the fundamentals of PyRX docking uh, by using PyRX, where you can do automatically dock using your Vina or Autodock or anything. Let us see exactly what we are going to do today. For that, you require a PyRX tool which you should download from the PyRX website, that is Autodock or PyRX. And the next thing is you just require a protein and a ligand. So for that, what I'm doing here is I'm just downloading a protein of my interest. That is, for example, if I go for 1FK9, okay, I'll just go to here and I'll download the protein of my interest. After getting the protein, and I'll just download the PDB format. Okay, later on, I require a ligand for docking. I'll just select DMP266, that is efavirenz, and I'll go to PubChem database. Once I go there to PubChem database, I'll just paste this DMP266. Once I do that, I'll go back to the structure file. I should download the structure file and save, and I will have to progress towards the docking. This is the first most fundamental aspects of docking. See, now I got the drug. I click on this molecule. Once I click on this molecule, it will give me various different file formats with which I can dock, with which I can do anything. So this is the fundamental aspects of where you can get the ligand and protein files. Once you do that, you just need to open your Discovery Studio visualizer. This is again, it's a free software. The only thing you require here is you require an academic credentials to download this software. This is a visualizer. You do not require any proprietary license for that. You just go to file, open file, and go to your downloads where your native protein was saved. Once you open it here, you can explore the grid coordinates, that is three-dimensional grid space. Here I am removing all the water molecules. Just I will go to the head atom. Sorry, first I'll select the protein. So this is my receptor. Now I'll select the head atom, define ligand, and go for ligand interactions. So these are my ligand interactions available. Again, you can see there are two types of ligand molecules present in the protein. So you should not confuse about what to be taken and what not to be taken. The only thing is you should focus only on efavirenz, not on the other one. For that, you need to remove the other part of your docking, which is not part of your protocol. For that, you simply remove the other part, which is not essential for docking. So that part you need to be very careful and go to head atom. And this is one of efavirenz. Now go for ligand interactions. So this is your exactly the protein of your the ligand of your interest. Now you need to know grid coordinates. From where I can know the grid coordinates? For that, you just click on this, go to chain. Once you go to chain, you got the coordinates. Now you can see 1.454394 x coordinate, 36.4279 y coordinate, 20.873 z coordinate. This is a three-dimensional space where my ligand is bound to the protein to give the efficacy or action. This part is very, very crucial in docking. This is the grid coordinates. Now, once I know that, now I do not require any head atom for docking. Simply, I'll remove the head atom and I'll save the protein, that is save as desktop, and I'll just give some name 3FK9, and I'll save as protein data bank files and just click save. That means my protein is saved with a removed head atom, but I know the grid coordinates. Okay. Now, once you know the grid coordinates, those grid coordinates have been used, should be used for docking. Okay. Now I'm simply closing these. Now I'll go back to my efavirenz. So it's taking some time because of the maybe the problem of internet or anything. So I have already downloaded such uh, structures and already saved as a different file formats already there. So we need not bother about those structural information by. So this is a conformer. So this is a PropChem database. So this is fine with the structures. Let us go back and simply go and see the what is the docking protocol of PyRX. For that, you just open the PyRX file. Now, once you open your PyRX software, it's very user friendly and it is very fast and furious, and you need not think much of your docking protocols using this PyRX. The only thing is you require some basic knowledge. Just file, go for load molecule. Into the load molecule, go to the protein which you have saved. That is, I have saved with 3fk9.pdb. So now the protein is getting loaded onto my workspace. Now this is just a protein of my interest onto which I am performing docking. This is the first step. Second is go to file, load molecule, take any of the ligand molecule that is in PDB format. Again, I am telling you how to convert PDB format. You have to go to the other lectures of my structures, which I have already explained you. For that, you need OpenBabel graphical user interface, where you can select the ligand input and you can simply convert it into PDB format. Whatsoever format you require, you can simply convert it. It's very simple task. You need not bother much. Okay. Now here, sorry, this is the co-crystal output model. Okay, let me remove all the others. Okay, let us see how to dock multiple ligands with PyRX. PyRX can even do virtual screening, where you can dock thousands and lakhs of molecules in a single click. Let us see how to do that. Just go to protein, simply select make macromolecule. Once you do that, your protein will be ready and it will be giving as a macromolecule. Next thing is, whatsoever the ligand molecules you want to dock, whether it is 1, whether it is 10, whether it is 100, now the protein is made into a macromolecule. Whatsoever number of ligands you have, you can simply click on the ligand and go to AutoDock, make ligand. So your ligand is ready and you can go to for n number of ligands, make ligand. So like that, you can make n number of ligands. So I have made 3 ligands here. You can make thousands. Now just go to Veena Wizard, start here, select molecules. Here what I am doing is, I am simply selecting the 3FK9 as my protein of interest. Next one is molecules 3FK9, followed by what I'll do is I'll just select the multiple molecules by simply selecting control. So go to AutoDock and I'll simply select 1, 2, and 3. So as many molecules I select, those many ligands are appearing in your screen. Now see, I have selected 3 ligands and 1 protein 3FK9. This is the first most step. Simply go to forward and see here. Now your grid coordinates are appearing onto the screen. However, I told you, these grid coordinates are not your coordinates. The coordinates which you have seen in the AutoDock protocol, sorry, in the Discovery Studio, are the coordinates. For that, you require to change the coordinates. So suppose my x coordinate was minus 1.534. Now I have to change it. For that, I'll simply drag this coordinate. See, my y coordinate is changing. Now I'll simply change my x coordinate. See, my x coordinate is changing. Okay, my x coordinate I will take up to -1. So this x coordinate is -1. Similarly, y coordinate I can change. And even z coordinate also I can change. So whatsoever I'll do, my target will be only up to increasing the coordinate size. And so that I should focus on my structural information. So let us go back again to Discovery Studio and see my coordinates. Simply I'll go to the protein data bank, sorry, into the Discovery Studio. I'll just click on my macromolecule. Now here my macromolecule is 1FK9 I'll just click onto it. So here again, I will go back to my ligand. Now my ligand is ephedrine. I'll simply click onto the defined ligand and I'll just go back to my chain and I'll see what are the grid coordinates. So the grid coordinates are 1.4569 minus 36.849 and 20.512. So these coordinates I will set here. The what is 1.549. So I am changing. So not this, not even this. So here I am changing. See, you can do it up to 1.5. Okay, it's okay. Now next coordinate is minus 36.84. Now I'll try to change this. Yes, it's getting changed. Minus 36.84. Yeah, I am getting my grid coordinates changed. Okay. Yes, I got something 36. Now my Z coordinate is somewhere around 20.512. For that again, I have to change my Z coordinate. Let me check. No, it's X coordinate changing. So this one I will try to change. Yes, my Z coordinate. No, not exactly. Now my Z coordinate, I will see not even this. So you need to optimize your grid coordinates by using these parameters. This is the, see my Z coordinate is changing. Now I have to go until and unless it shows my coordinate value of 20. Okay. So I am changing it. See my coordinate has reached 20. Now see what was the value 1.4659. As I kept somewhere around it. Minus 36.874. Okay. It is also somewhere around it. Z 20.5122. So you should optimize your grid coordinates based upon your three-dimensional space of co-crystallized ligand. So this is a very, very important part you are talking. Now simply go and click run Veena. Once you do this, your all docking results will generate in fraction of seconds based upon your configuration of your laptop or computer. If you have an i7 or i10 or gaming laptop or a computer which is having a very good high performance machine, this execution is very fraction of seconds. Whereas if you have a lower version of computers or laptops, it will take at least 1 to 2 minutes. However, it's very easy and very user friendly docking protocol by using PyRX docking. It's a very simple. See, we haven't faced any problem in docking. So this is the first most important part in your docking algorithm. So once you finish the docking output, the main thing is you have to see where your working directory is being created. The working directory is created C users, Dushyant Reddy, MGL tools, PyRX, macromolecules, and 3FK9. This is the folder where your docking output has been saved. After completion, we will see how to analyze two-dimensional interactions using various tools such as LigPlot, as well as such as we can even plot with the Discovery Studio visualizer. We can see non-bonding interactions, and you can see even doc scores directly on your PyRX window. In the window itself, you can see. And next step is we will also see the validation of docking protocol. It's also very, very easy part. So you need not think much. So the foremost thing is you need to perform docking until and unless you have a lowest RMSD value of your ligand on your active set. So this is a fundamental part of docking. So hope you understand. Let us wait for a couple of seconds. Even the docking is yet to complete now. Let us see how the binding affinity score in kilocalorie per mole gets appeared on your screen. How to see the output of your ligand molecules. See now my results are completed. See now how analyzing the, now what we say, one ligand is finished. Now it is gone to second ligand. Now you go and check, second ligand is running. Now again, if you go, third ligand will be running. So it's very fast and furious. So you should not bother about the output information. Let us go back and see how the results will be and how you will analyze. For that, I am closing the Discovery Studio right now. So it's again a visualizer. Just I will go back to my users. So here I am going to this PC, right? I'm just going to C folder and I'm just going to users. It's my folder where I'm going to MGL tools. I'm going to PyRX and this is micromolecules. Now these are the results where I have saved. I'm going to this folder and this is my first output of my ligand. I'll just right click onto it, open with WordPad. Once I do that, it has 10 minimum energy conformations in 10 different models. You can see there are 10 different models. So you need not bother about all the models. You have to select the first model, which is of low energy conformer, and you just copy those coordinates and simply paste in your native protein. So let us see how we will do that. Open with again WordPad. Once you do, just go back to the last part of your docking protein, last part of your Word file, paste your grid coordinates and simply save your file. Once you do that, your docking has been finished. Next part is visualization. Simply click open with Discovery Studio. Now your results are ready and it will show non-bonding interactions with your molecule protein. That is, let us see how it shows and what exactly information you are getting from your structural information. See, now here I am simply opening the output part. Now I click on het atom, define ligand and go for ligand interactions. Now if you see, now I got ligand interactions here. I'll simply give structure, label, add label. I'll go to amino acid. Now I'll give full name and I'll give different fonts, that is 18, and I'll click OK. Now you can see at what points it is showing interaction. So at what ligand residues it is interacting, what type of interactions. Now you have to check the non-bond interactions. Now go to non-bonding interactions, just click and see what type of interactions the molecule is exhibiting, whether it is having hydrogen bonding, hydrogen acceptor, pi orbital interactions, hydrophobic interactions. These are fundamental information which you get from docking. The next thing is you can even go for two-dimensional visualization of your protein. For that, you just click on the protein and click as protein and you go for show 2D diagram. Once you do that, your 2D plot will also displayed. See how beautifully the 2D plot is here, explaining different types of interactions. You can directly use this structure in your docking or research papers. So this is the fundamental information of PyRX docking tutorial, where you can do multiple ligand docking. So my next lecture will be on virtual screening using PyRX tool, as well as we'll also discuss the screening by using Zinc database in the forthcoming classes, as well as we will do some amount of how to write a research paper in the forthcoming classes, as well as we will do the various technologies in vaccine development in the forthcoming classes. Hope you guys enjoy my lectures. Please subscribe, share, and follow my lectures. If you feel free to contact me on WhatsApp and email. So this is the fundamental information. Next thing is the validation of docking. You simply redock the co-crystal ligand onto the protein site and check the RMSD value between the existing ligand pose and the docked pose. This is the fundamental information you get in the validation of docking. Hope you understand. See you soon with the next lecture. Thank you.